We've recently did the quilted heart. This is just an alternative design and take on that one. We're actually going a little bit off tradition as well with the black Linking Balloons for this design and the reflex fuchsia. A lovely little combination. Again, we'll do this as a design. Choose whatever colours you need to suit your needs. So it consists of 2 sections of hearts. This one I've pre-made, and we're going to go through the sections how to build it step by step. It's actually a double skinned design, so this will be the front part of it, and then we'll create another section of this and then plugs to connect the 2 together. We'll then show you how to display it. So the heart very simply just consists of 4 chains of 4 Linking Balloons. These are inflated to roughly 5 inches, and 6 chains of 3 Linking Balloons, again to 5 inches. All the Linking Balloons inflated to the same size. What we then need to do is take our chains, take each end and tie them off relatively tight so that the knot is close to the ends of each balloons. We don't want too much stretch in there. We can hide it with the 5 inches we're going to use later, but it's better to have a bit of a tighter connection. So we just work through all of the little chains of Linking Balloons. And that's all the chains of 4 done. So we've got a nice square shape. These sections are going to form the bottom 3 pieces. So we've got 1 chain of 4 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then to finish this one up here. The rest of the chains are all in 3s. Now these will be quite tight when you tie the nozzles together, but just try and again pull the knot as tight as you can without tearing the balloon. But you should get a nice tight shape like that with a small hole in the middle. And again, just work through. We've got 6 of these to make, and these essentially make the building blocks of the design. The Linking Balloons are great for these modular type designs where you can build almost bricks, and then the bricks just get attached together. Again, obviously I'm using 6-inch today. You could scale it up, use the 12-inch Linking Balloons and size them to whatever you need to. If I was using 12-inch, I'd probably size them to around about 8 inches. And when I'm measuring these, I'm actually measuring around the diameter of the Linking Balloon. One more. So that's our 6 chains of 3 completed. We will actually have the recipe up on our decorator hub on amscan.co.uk, so you can actually see the recipe on paper, and if you're not following this easily. The next sections that we need are 10 reflex fuchsia 5-inch. These inflated to around about 2 inches. We're going to split them to make a duplet. So all I've done is just inflated to the 2 inches, and my knot is tied close up to the neck of the balloon, so we've got a bit of a gap there. All I'm going to do is use my thumb to push in, split the balloon in half and twist. If you do have one side that's smaller than the other, before you completely twist it round, you can squeeze the bigger one to pass the air through. Give it a twist. At this point, if you're making them in advance, you can take your nozzles, spin them round and tie them off in a knot. But because I'm putting them straight into the design, I'm just going to leave them as they are. So to complete the sections, I'm going to take one of my sections of 4, pass it through. At this point, we really don't need to twist it. The tension is going to hold from the latex is going to hold it in place. So I need my first one to contain 2 split duplets. So next to each other. going to form this section here. Then on the next two sections of 4, we only need 1 split duplet per section. And when I'm putting these on, I'm going to try and put them where the nozzles are, not where the inflation points are. So again, just 1 on that one, and again on this one. Just pop it into place, and it's going to get twisted shortly when we attach everything in together. The final one we're just going to leave without any duplets in, so that can stay off to one side. And then with our sections of 3, just 1 split duplet per section, and again I'm going to put it on the longer bit of the stretched neck just to hide it. So that's how we do that, and with all of the 6 chains of 3, they're all going to be the same with just 1 single split duplet. What I love about these, the Reflex 5-inch, they're so soft and they're a lot easier to twist like this, and particularly the metallic balloons. They generally need a bit of overinflating to soften them, but the Reflex, they've not been downsized, this is straight off the machine. Okay, so we've now got our 6 sections of 3. We'll put those to the side. And now we can start to construct everything. So our first section of 4 with 2 split duplets, and section of 4 with 1 is going to get twisted in to here. So what I'm going to do is take the split duplet into the join here, bring the back through to the front, just a full turn, and then poke the other one round to the back. And do exactly the same. So this is our original 4 here, with the second split duplet. That's now going to go onto this cluster of 4. So now we can see the bottom of the heart starting to take shape. We get the original. So we've now created this section here. Now we start going to add in the sections of 3s. So again, we're going to do exactly the same. We're taking the 3 into the previous split duplet that we've had here. I'm just going to spin it round because it's the wrong way. Okay, having realised that these duplets are in the wrong location for here, the reason, again, why I've not tied anything in properly is if you do go wrong, which things happen, you can just easily pop it out and move it to where you need it. So we're just going to carry on with our clusters of 3. So take the 3, and in between the split duplet, pull one in, twist to lock in place, and then push one section to the back. So as we're working up, the reason we've got the sections of 3, they're actually going to almost act as a curve. It's a bit of a false curve, but it's forcing the balloon shape round to curve off the top. now with our final 2 sections of 3. And now if all's gone well, we should have 2 pieces ready to connect in the final section of 4. And that's going to go in with a horizontal across the top and then into these 2 joins. And then that's the heart shape complete. Now that on its own would work nicely. You could attach it onto a wall, onto a pole, dress it onto the top of a column. But like I say, we want to sort of make the design a little bit nicer. So we're going to combine the 2, which is very simply using what I call plugs. So all I've got is, again, a fashion black link balloon inflated to 5 inches, same size as these ones, and then on the end 2 fuchsia reflex inflated to about 3.5 inches. And all we're going to do is take the 10 holes throughout the edges of the heart, taking one of the ends of the reflex, just simply push it in so that it leaves the plug hanging out. And again, work out the sections of 3s will be a bit tight, but you can still get them in. That'll actually form a tighter bond with the 2 sections of the heart and keep everything locked in place. So just work through the heart. Plug in all the gaps. So now you have this funky little alien looking heart type shape. So I'm going to lay that down. And again, all we're going to do is take the original first side using exactly the same holes. Just pull the plugs from the last little bit through the gaps. Again, your sections of 3 will be a little bit tight. Just, you can separate them out with your hands, just force the heart to gap. And that is the 2 sections now locked completely together. Now what I would do, I'd go around the edges and trim off my nozzles. And several ways you could display this. Again, pop it onto the top of a lamp stand, pop it on top of a column. In this instance, I've just got a little bit of monofilament line just on a magnet. This would be great for maybe a restaurant or something like that, or in a bedroom. All I'm doing is just bringing the monofilament around the balloon, and it's just going to hold it in place. You can tie it off a bit tighter, but once it's all in place and tied and locked, you'll get a nice sort of flowing and more aero design.